Alright, just did my Longhorn video, and my Colt McCoy jersey. Just did my Longhorn video. It's on my channel. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Got my Romo jersey on now. It's time to get down to business. Tomorrow, or actually today, I guess, it's past midnight, the Dallas Cowboys are going into Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Interesting fact about this game. The last time the Dallas Cowboys were in Seattle was... I had to say anything. That's the last time the Cowboys were in Seattle. So, of course, that's what started all of the criticism, and pretty much ever since then, everybody's been saying Romo sucks, and that's one of the most unforgiven mistakes that I've ever seen. I mean, you have Peyton Manning throwing the game-losing interception in the Super Bowl. People have already forgotten about that. You have Kurt Warner fumbling in the Super Bowl. People have already forgotten about that. All these things, it's a mistake, guys. Nobody's going to play perfect. Peyton Manning is going to make mistakes. Tom Brady is going to make mistakes. So why are these greats, these elites, allowed to make mistakes, but Tony Romo isn't? It's just, I don't know. But this is not a rant video. So, but yeah, the last time the Cowboys were in Seattle was Tony Romo fumbled the field goal. Going into Seattle tomorrow, or like I said, I guess today, I can honestly say, even knowing how the Seahawks play, and the Seahawks are like little chihuahuas or little snakes. They're gonna keep nipping at you. They're not really gonna go away. You're not gonna blow them out. I don't care what anybody says. On a normal day, you're not gonna blow the Seahawks out because they're a talented team. They tend to mess up a lot of times in the clutch, but no doubt in my mind they're going to stick with us. I'm not saying we're going to win big or anything. I hope we win big, but I'm a realist. I like to keep it as real as I can, and I'm not going to come on here and say we're going to blow out the Seahawks, we're going to beat them by 50, just like I didn't come on here and say we're going to blow out the Giants, we're going to beat them by 50, because I don't believe that's going to happen, and a lot of Cowboy fans criticize me for that. Keep in mind, these are the same Cowboy fans that say we need to get rid of this guy. So, I'm going to keep it real. Doesn't mean I'm not a fan. It just means I'm smart and I think logical. And the Seahawks are a good team. We're not playing the Cleveland Browns. We're not playing, the Tennessee Titans. We're not playing the Vikings. We're playing the Seahawks. And the Seahawks are one of those teams that they're going to stick right there with you. But even knowing all that, for the first time in a couple years, actually, I'm feeling very, very confident. I'm actually feeling a genuine confidence going into this game. I was confident going into the Giants game, but knowing our history with the Giants and knowing that the Super Bowl champion basically never loses on opening day, and also just knowing the Cowboys' reputation of not being able to finish games, I was confident going into the game because of the moves that we made during the offseason, but I was still kind of doubting because, I mean, every offseason before that, we've been talking the same stuff. Well, we made these changes, we're going to be better, come out and it's the same thing. So I was kind of feeling confident, but I kind of guarded my heart a little bit too going into that Giants game. Like, I believe we can win, but I'm going to go ahead and guard my heart here just in case we don't win. Once again, that doesn't make me not a fan. That just means that I try to think with logic and smarts and all this stuff. But after we beat the Giants, and mainly after Tony Romo stepping up, that 3rd down and 10 that we had to get to win the game, and everybody was saying it, texting me, Facebook, whatever, Romo's going to choke, interception right here, y'all are going to lose, Tony Romo's going to choke again. And he delivered that ball perfectly, through a perfect laser to Kevin Ogletree, to get that last first down and to seal that victory. And people are going to... A hater is always going to have something to say. People are already saying, well, it's just one game. You can't judge a guy off of one game. That's true. It's very true. But I think that the Tony Romo, and not just that one play, but the entire game, he was a field general. He was a commander. He was the colonel out there on the football field. And he was out there, making moves and moving guys around at the line and, breaking down the coverage. You all saw it. Anybody that watched the game, you all saw it. And that was a Tony Romo that we've never really seen before. I mean, yeah, he'll go up there, he'll make a couple of changes, and he'll move some guys around and all that. But on Wednesday, Tony Romo went in there, and he was Peyton Manning it at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he was just, taking 20, 30, 35 seconds before the snap of the ball. How many delay of games did we get? And yes, you can look at that, well, we got delay of games, that's on the quarterback. That's true. But at the same time, the reason we got those delay of games is because Tony Romo was trying to do something. He's at the line trying to make these changes, trying to give us the best play possible for that scenario against that defense, against that coverage, to get a first down or whatever. And that's the Tony Romo that we haven't really ever seen. He's always just been the gunslinger. He's going to come out, he's going to throw the ball around, he's going to heave it, and he's going to do all this stuff, he's going to run. Never really seen Tony Romo come out and be methodical like that and dissect the defense and, be a field general, as I mentioned, commanding his troops. That's the Tony Romo that I saw against the Giants. And like I said, never really seen that before that game. You saw every now and then you'll see a little flash of it, like, okay, he's reading the defense now, but never more than a couple plays a game. This was the entire game, constant. He's out there every single time he steps to the line of scrimmage. Audibling, motion, breaking down the defense. And so that's why I feel confident going into this game, because I feel like we're dealing with a different Tony Romo. How many times have we seen an athlete have a kid and it just wakes them up? It makes them realize, what's important. And Tony Romo was realizing, hey, I got a kid, I have a family now. This is an organization that wants to win. And if I don't win, they're going to let me go. This is a very unforgiving organization to be a part of, including the fans. And so Tony Romo having that baby over the off season, congratulations, by the way, Tony. It woke him up. I mean, Kim Clijsters, she had her kid. She came back after having her kid, very first tournament, won it. Won the whole thing. So, it's just something about sports, having a kid seems to do things to you, and that really has nothing to do with why I think we're going to win, but I'm just trying to ask the point that I think that we are seeing a different Tony Romo. Now, people are going to call me stupid, people are going to call me crazy. Well, you watch the game and you see how crazy I am. Because like I said, don't misunderstand who we're playing. I can't tell you how many people, it's just the Seahawks. If I can't beat the Seahawks, then it's not just the Seahawks, okay? It's the Seattle Seahawks, and they're going to give you a game. This is the same team that just a couple years ago beat the New Orleans Saints out of the playoffs. I mean, this team is not one of those teams that's going to lay down and automatically expect a loss. This is not a team like the Lions that year. They went 0-16 where everybody was checking them off as a win. Okay, this is basically a bye week. We got this one. It's not one of those teams. Seattle plays kind of the same way that Arizona plays. They're not going to hit you with a lot of big plays, but they're going to make stops on defense when it matters the most. And they're going to put the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Marshawn Lynch, we have to stop the run. We have to stop the run. We did a pretty good job of that against the Giants. We have to continue to do that. We have to stop the run. Russell Wilson, this guy is what, like 3'5"? I mean, come on. He shouldn't be an NFL quarterback. But there's a lot of guys in the NFL that shouldn't be there. And 9 times out of 10, they shut people up real quick. So don't overlook that. Russell Wilson, from what I saw out of him, is a good quarterback. He might be short. And people are going to laugh at him for being short. But I'm telling you right now, one day, Russell Wilson is going to be holding up that Lombardi trophy. Probably not anytime soon, but once he matures a little bit, he's going to be holding up that Lombardi trophy. He's going to say, yeah, I'm short. Keep on laughing. Let's look what I got, and you don't. Bitch! So don't overlook Russell Wilson. He's a good quarterback. He's going to make plays. Marshawn Lynch is going to make plays. That Seattle defense, not really what I would consider elite, but they have been known to play like ass the entire game and then make a play when they have to. They have been known for that. So don't overlook this game. I believe we're going to win. I just don't believe we're going to win by 50 points like everybody's trying to say we are. And there's a lot of Cowboy fans that are going to criticize me for that and say, well, you're not a Cowboy fan then. No, I'm the biggest fan, one of the biggest fans as they come. Trust me, ask anybody in my family. But the same people that are saying that are the same people that are saying we need to get rid of him. That Giants game without Tony Romo, we're not in that. So the 3 points to this game would be, on defense, you got to stop the run, because I believe that they're going to try to put the ball in the hands of Marshawn Lynch. You got to stop the run on defense. Offensively, the offensive line has to make holes for DeMarco Murray. They have to. They have to make holes for DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray has proven he's one of those speed backs. You give him a hole, he will find it. Sometimes even if you don't give him a hole, he will make one. But certainly a lot easier for him and the rest of the team if you just give him a hole, let him run right through that, bam, all day long. Third and final point is Tony Romo. Tony Romo has to have a good game, and I believe he will. But we can't have any of this stupid stuff, interceptions and all of this. Against the Giants, he passed for 307 yards or something like that. He was like 75% completions, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. So that Tony Romo needs to show up. And not just the numbers, the field general that I was talking about. You know, out there commanding his guys, moving his guys around, being the leader that we've been expecting him to be since he showed up, and he's finally stepping into those shoes a little bit. Be that guy. That Tony Romo needs to show up. If the Tony Romo that we're used to before the Giants game shows up, and the gunslinger, and I'm going to run around and throw it 60 yards, yeah, you threw it 60 yards, but you threw it to the other guy. If that Tony Romo shows up, we're going to be in trouble. But I don't think that. I think that those days of Tony Romo gunslinging and just going out there and doing his own little thing are behind him. I think Tony Romo has woken up and realized that he's got to put the pedal to the metal. He's got to get the job done this year, because even though he doesn't like being asked it, he knows, just like the rest of us, that the window is closing on this current Cowboys team. The window is closing. We have the team right now. We have the talent right now to win a Super Bowl. And Tony Romo knows that. And he knows that a lot of these guys are getting ready to retire within the next couple years. And he knows that. And he knows the window is closing. And that's the reason why he gets so offended when people ask him it. I think one time, a couple weeks ago, a reporter was talking to him. So, you know, what do you think about everybody saying that the window is closing on the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl? And he was like, I'm done. I'm done. He just wasn't answering the question. He's getting tired of being asked it. Because he knows it's true. He knows that the time is now or the time is never. And I think that that is the most dangerous thing in all of sports, when you know that your time is running out. A lot of guys, a lot of teams, when their back is against the wall, when you have them cornered and there is no way out, they were going to come at you like a tiger fresh out of a cage. And I firmly believe that. Tony Romo is more dangerous than he has ever been. And people are going to call me stupid for saying that. But you watch this game, you watch the season, and you come back and tell me that I was wrong. Tony Romo is more dangerous, more vicious, more aggressive than he has ever been. And that's the reason why we're going to win this game. I'm not saying we're going to go undefeated. I'm not saying we're going to win the NFC East. But I'm saying right now, we have the team to do it. Right now, we have the team to go to the Super Bowl. Am I going to guarantee it? No. We got to watch the season. We got to make sure that we don't choke or anything like that. But Tony Romo, and y'all are going to call me stupid, like I said, but Tony Romo is more dangerous than he has ever been before. Watch the game. Tell me if I'm lying.